right there, like it reminds me of Johnny Depp in Fearing and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like I don't know if that's what he was going for, but man, he knocked it out the park.
I'm a little odd, learned how to piss off people and made that shit a job. Pulling up with Andrew Tate to the women's march and bumping new
That's
Kanye
wild,
shit
bro.
at the synagogue. I'm shadow
Pulling up with Andrew Tate at a women's march, bumping new Kanye at a synagogue. Like, yo,
man, but I'm making some decent bread, but ain't making too many friends with the shit that I said. Snatch the MAGA hat right off of Tom McDonald's head and send him back up to Canada with a maple leaf instead.
Is that a bird? No, it's a plane.
Nah, man, it's Captain Kurt.
Oh, what did you say, Captain Kurt? You can be like,
You are now tuned in with Captain Kurt.
YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Captain Kurt. We're back with another reaction. This time we got the one and only Chris Webby. Chris Webby just dropped an EP fully produced by Scott Storch, and the name of that EP is 88. So go check that out. Yeah, I just reacted to something off of 88 the other day, and I seen that it is fully released now. The name of the track that we're going to be doing is Perfect Storm, and I'm not too sure what to expect. Chris Webby is super, super talented and super unpredictable. The first song off of the album that I've heard so far seemed it was like the Slim Shady early 2000 type vibes. So maybe that's the direction of this entire EP, but I'm not sure. Without further ado, I present to you Chris Webby, Perfect Storm, produced by Scott Storch. Let's go. Chris Webby, Perfect Storm, produced by Scott Storch, 88 EP, directed by Frankie Fire. Yo, that's an old school way of editing a video right there. Like MTV, TRL days, BET. That's how they used to give credit to everybody a part of the album right there to the world. The world got to see it right away. Yo, let's go. Picking up the newspaper.
Aw shit, see Webb and Storch combine a perfect storm that's forming over your porch with the Adderall in a pouch pulling up in the Porsche, and I'm going sick right from the moment he hit record. I have proven year after year they cannot ignore me at his honky sonky.
Yo, this is the most Eminem sounding beat without being an Eminem beat I've heard in a long time. Let's go.
Even year after year they cannot ignore me at his honky sonky dory. I'm back as derogatory as ever with middle fingers. I'm flipping the top 40. Sorry mama, I'ma need you to clean out the closet for me. I am the early 2000s trapped in a guy, personified and perfected all without having to try.
Yo, he's got the bubble lamp, the double XL magazine with G Unit on the front. Like he says, I'm the early 2000s trapped in a guy. Yo, that's fact. It's almost like if everything they said about Eminem's music back in the day came true, like it was Chris Webby. You know what I'm saying? Like parents my mom didn't really care. She let me listen to whatever I wanted to, but other parents, they were like, no, his lyrics are poison in the youth's brains.
In the top 40, sorry mama, I'ma need you to clean out the closet for me. I am the early 2000s trapped in a guy, personified and perfected all without having to try. And few that have lived are savages.
He's got the PS. It looks like an original PlayStation playing Grand Theft Auto. He's got the auxiliary yellow and white hooked up in the front of the audio video jack. Like, yo, that's wild. Hustle and Flow poster. I wonder if this is really his room. You know what I'm saying? Or did he go get all this stuff? No way, bro. That's an old TV right there. The old bubble back TVs. He's got all these DVDs on a rack. That's really how rooms used to look back in the day. The Game Boy on the side of the TV.
Personified and perfected all without having to try. And few that have lived are savages. I just snorted a pill, but can't tell if I'm actually high. Got a tolerance for drugs, but no tolerance for the game full of.
Bro, remember when Eminem says, "Hey, I just drank a fifth of vodka. Dare me to drive?" That almost reminds me. It's like he's kind of bouncing off of that, where he says, "I just snorted a half a pill and I ain't even high." And then you can hear like tire screeches in the back, maybe.
And few that have lived are savages. I just snorted a pill, but can't tell if I'm actually high.
Nah, it's him sniff. It's him going. It's his sniff. Yo, that's fire. Shout out to Chris Webby. Yo, this is the dope little like the imagery of it reminds me of like when I was doing everything I shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of like dabbles back into the lifestyle and gives you like a mental image of like what you never want to be, but what you might have once been, if that makes any sense. He's got the South Park t-shirt on.
Out the closet for me. I am the early 2000s trapped in a guy, personified and perfected all without having to try. And few that have lived are savage as I just snorted a pill, but can't tell if I'm actually high. Got a tolerance for drugs, but no tolerance for the game. Full of whack ass rappers all sounding the fucking same. And whenever I get mentioned, they pretend that they don't know me, but that's only cause these faggots are scared to utter my name. I'ma shoot my shot. You ain't stepping into the shoes I got. Yeah, that dude y'all not.
Bro, I'll say this, Chris Webby is super slept on, but you know who would be a dope collab? Him and Samson, bro. I think him and Samson would be dope.
Fuck shit up and turn the world upside down. Let me boost my stock. Push a hand up on the doomsday clock. Yeah, that dude y'all not. Fuck shit up and turn the world upside down. Whoa now, came from the underground like Night of the Living Dead when I'm creeping without a sound. Set the fucking snap, they tell me I'm tightly wound. Therapists won't say I'm crazy, but I know she wrote it down. Every time I tell her shit, she just puts her head in her hands. Like how my drug budget is over 70 grand and how my way of meeting women is yelling, getting a fancy. Shady really should have written that letter to Stan, cause that pregnant chick in the trunk lived and gave birth. Put the kid up for adoption, I know what he was worth. So we grew up in Connecticut, nice, going to church and showered in love, needed for nothing.
Yo, that's fire, bro. He said, yo, the chick Eminem put in the trunk really lived and gave birth. And that's Chris Webby, yo. That's tight. Yo, I like that.
He really should have written that letter to Stan, cause that pregnant chick in the trunk lived and gave birth. Put the kid up for adoption, I know what he was worth. So we grew up in Connecticut, nice, going to church and showered in love, needed for nothing but feeling cursed. There was trauma that he couldn't describe, he would observe. And as he got older, those demons were getting worse. But the time that he learned the truth, he ain't even cared that it hurt. And now he has returned and I'm taking over the earth. I'ma shoot my shot. You ain't stepping into the shoes I got. Yeah, that dude y'all not. Fuck shit up and turn the world upside.
Oh, it's it looked like it was a original PlayStation 2. So it wasn't as old as I thought it was, but bro, I can relate to that. Like I remember having just piles of games and the gaming systems all out. Bro, I was a gamer when I was younger. I definitely was.
I got, yeah, that dude y'all not. Fuck shit up and turn the world upside down. Let me boost my stock. Push a hand up on the doomsday clock. Yeah, that dude y'all not. Fuck shit up and turn the world over. Was a conspiracy theorist way before the hype and the fervor. I'm honestly surprised I'm not suicided or murdered. I wrote lyrics to this beat that were exposing Pizzagate but couldn't find him. I guess Hillary's back to wiping the servers.
Yo, he said I was a conspiracy theorist way back before it was cool. Like, yo, that's crazy to think about because, like, there is a lot of artists that definitely push the envelope when it comes to conspiracy theories, right? And Chris Webby, every time he gets brought up by anybody to me, it's usually because of something he's said, something he's done. That's who Chris Webby is. So I see what he's saying. Like, as wild as I am, and as long as I've been this wild, I'm surprised I ain't been knocked off yet.
Before the hype and the fervor. I'm honestly surprised I'm not suicided or murdered. I wrote lyrics to this beat that were exposing Pizzagate but couldn't find him. I guess Hillary's back to wiping the servers.
Damn.
Problem child, they always said I'm a little odd. Learned how to piss off people and made that shit a job. Pulling up with Andrew Tate to the women's march and
bro, when he gets in that Fear and Loathing Las Vegas style, bro, that's what I see in those glasses, in that little that movement he's doing with his head right there. Like, it reminds me of Johnny Depp in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like, I don't know if that's what he was going for, but man, he knocked it out the park.
I'm a little odd, learned how to piss off people and made that shit a job. Pulling up with Andrew Tate to the women's march and bumping new Kanye
wild,
shit
bro.
at the synagogue. I'm shadow.
Pulling up with Andrew Tate at a women's march, bumping new Kanye at a synagogue. Like, yo, that's crazy. He's bringing two people around two places that they shouldn't be around.
Man, but I'm making some decent bread, but ain't making too many friends with the crazy shit that I said. Snatched the MAGA hat right off of Tom McDonald's head and sent him back up to Canada with a maple leaf instead. And that goes for Dax also, cause y'all so damn trash I can't hold back, and y'all know I keep.
Damn, let's run that back. So in the beginning when he said, who is this? This is Little Xan. He's got all the holes in Little Xan, bro. He's like, you see what I did to Little Xan? All right, let's run this back. So in the beginning, he said something about, I'm coming after all the top 40 with my middle fingers up. And I thought, I wonder what he's going to say. Like, he's got something to say.
But with middle fingers, I'm flipping the top 40. Sorry.
Chris Webby's got something to say. And earlier in the track, in the hook, actually, he says, I'm going to push the hands forward on the doomsday clock, trying to boost my stock. So he's like, bro, I'm gonna come after y'all and I'm gonna let you know how I feel about you. And yeah, maybe it boosts my Maybe it pushes the doomsday clock a little forward and shit gets crazy for me. Like, I'm okay with that. That's how I've been my whole career.
But I'm making some decent bread, but I'm making too many friends with the crazy shit that I said. Snatch the MAGA hat right off of Tom McDonald's head and send him back up to Canada with a maple leaf instead. And that goes for Dax also, cause y'all so damn trash I can't hold back. And y'all know I keep my shit raw, so sorry, that's how it goes. What you gonna do about it? Nothing, I thought so.
Bro, and you know what? He said, I keep my shit raw. Like, yes, Webby says what he wants, but also he doesn't kind of lean into this political pandering that Tom and Dax both do. Tom more so than Dax, but Tom definitely panders into political tragedies, public tragedies, things like that. And I think Chris Webby's like, bro, like, yeah, I'm going to speak my mind regardless of what's happening in society, and y'all won't. And I think that's the irritation that a lot of artists that I've noticed have with Tom McDonald, is that Tom has such an opportunity to really address like the problems in the music industry, which he has tried to, but he goes away from it and goes right back into whatever's going to make him money. And Chris Webby said, "You're trash for that. I'm going to send you back with your Canadian."
Y'all know I keep my shit raw, so sorry, that's how it goes. What you gonna do about it? Nothing, I thought so.
They won't either. I bet you neither one of them say anything.
Into the shoes I got, yeah, that dude y'all not. Fuck shit up and turn the world upside down. Let me boost my stock, push a hand up on the doomsday clock. Yeah, that dude y'all not. Fuck shit up and turn the world upside down. Webby. Scott Storch.
Rolling a joint.
Let's go.
Ready to go. Dope video. That was dope.
Forget about it, Frankie.
There it was. Chris Webby, Perfect Storm, produced by Scott Storch. Video was shot by Frankie Fire. Shout out to Frankie Fire. Dope video. I like how you gave it that 2000 vibes without compromising the video quality. Super dope. The close-ups on Chris Webby kind of reminded me of the Eminem days from Hi, My Name Is. Like, it really gave me that vibe. So if that's what you're going for, you knocked it out the park. Chris Webby takes a shot at Tom and Dax. I just recently found out what Chris Webby went through with Lil Xan, and Lil Xan done retired from music and went to chase his clothing career. That's wild. I can't say I disagree with Chris. I think Chris Webby's right on trying to challenge somebody with equal or greater talent than him to try to showcase his rap ability. The dude's super talented. Videos are top tier. Lyrics are top tier. I think it would be a good battle, him or Tom or Dax, to respond to Chris Webby. Will they? I doubt it. Hip hop is I see why he's doing it. I understand why he's doing it. A lot of people in the comments won't understand it. They'll think it's hate, it's disrespect, or whatever. I believe Chris Webby is calling out his talent and saying, hey, if you're good, come rap with me, bro. Let's see what you got. And a lot of people get intimidated by that. It is what it is. I'm interested to see which direction this goes. I don't think either one of those two artists will respond to Chris Webby. It would be dope, but I don't think it'll happen. Dope track, dope video. Scott Storch does it again. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And remember, be nice to one another.
Captain Kurt reacts. Captain Kurt reacts. I say, who the best in the game? Captain Kurt reacts. Captain Kurt reacts. I say, who